Could it be you calling me down, 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 down? My foolish heart turns at the stars. All that I am.
My name's Tommy Evans and I'm the drummer and composer for Submotion Orchestra.
Hello, I'm Ruby Wood and I sing in Submo.
London, show some love, show some appreciation for Submotion Orchestra!
It started off through an arts council project that was started at the Yorkminster Cathedral that basically commissioned Dom Ruxpin and myself to write a suite of music. And it was a completely chaotic, shambolic event, but it basically got us thinking about the possibilities that live dubstep would have, and so it kind of went in a load of different directions to start with, but we kept coming back to the idea that we could do something live and there was definitely potential there. And so after about 6 months, 7 months, just started bringing in different people, different musicians that I was playing with at the time, and just kind of got the core of the band together. And then we just started jamming at Hookers in Leeds, and that was kind of the start of it, really. It was started as an improvised project, playing a few of Dom's tunes live, and then a couple of my ideas and stuff, and it just kind of went from there. It's been a really organic kind of process, the whole thing. Like, it started off, I think the first kind of idea was to do almost burial-esque kind of stuff live. That was the kind of starting point. I just thought it'd be fucking easy to replicate live, like very simple 140 grooves, like really spacey, atmospheric, and from that starting point it's kind of gone somewhere completely different, but that's been cool, you know.
Never heard of dubstep like 2.5 years ago. Oh, was it 3 years ago when you he sent me a Facebook message saying, do you want to join this dubstep kind of band I'm setting up? And I was like, you do know I'm a singer, not a rapper? Like, and he was like, yeah, I know that. I'm like, okay then, just in case. But yeah, that's how it began.
I mean, I think actually more of the influences came from stuff outside of dubstep than dubstep itself. I think that was a useful starting point, because at the time no one was doing dubstep live, and in fact no one still does dubstep live at all, really. Like, which is, you know, you have engineers who kind of do it live. True Tiger are about to put out a live thing, but I mean, there's all your commercial shit, but that's not really, I don't know. Like, I don't really call KTB dubstep. I think that's more pop, essentially. It's kind of using 140. Anyway, be that as it may, like, the formula behind it to start with was using 140 as a starting point, and then trying to get as far away from dubstep as possible. So using, you know, the bass as the kind of key and half-time grooves, but then anything could go on top. That was the kind of vibe behind it.
How's it being the only girl? It's cool. I've got like 6 big brothers, adopted brothers now. They're cool. They're a bit mean to me, but toughening my skin up.
She gives a lot of shit out, man. Like, she gives as good as she gets, definitely. So she's the tough one, man. We're the ones that are really tired and miserable the whole time. We're just like, fucking sort it out. Come on, get on that plane.
Music that gently rolls.
During the course of this tour, we've played like dubstep raves or whatever, theatre gigs, like sit-down theatre gigs, jazz clubs, music venues, like all sorts of shit, and it works everywhere. It's a very odd project that can kind of morph into whatever it needs to morph into, you know. What's next? Good question. We're going to have to go because that's our sound check going on downstairs. We're taking a break for the next couple of months. We're playing in Europe quite a lot through January and February, but we're taking a couple of months off. We're going to record our second album. That hopefully will come out around May time. We'll be touring the UK in March, hopefully, and then festivals next year. So, no, Exceptional Records. Exceptional Records, that'll come out on, which is a brilliant independent label that we did the first album with as well. So yeah, big things. I mean, it'd be interesting to see where Submotion goes, because it's such a diverse project. Like, the third album, fourth album could be really gritty, really nasty. We could go dark on it. Equally, it could become far more cinematic, far more classical in a way, far more jazzy. So watch this space. Be interesting.